One. Hey everybody, welcome to the Rainmaker podcast. And today we have a dandy. We have Ali Khalid, and he's going to be talking about how you can have success as a life insurance agent, building your business around your life. Ali, man, it's great to have you on. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome, man. So let's go ahead and jump right in. How did you even get into the life insurance business in the first place?
I was working for a pest control company. I worked there for 7 years, and one of my good friend, Ron Tolles, actually he's my upline. He left that company and he started working with FFL, and he started talking about it, and I started picking his brain, and I was like, huh, and sounded pretty interesting. I said, oh, let me look into it. Then I looked into it, and I was intrigued. So I got my license and started doing it part time, and then I decided, hey, I can do more with that, and left that company, and I've been doing this for, man, almost 8 years now.
Mm-hmm. And so, how was that first 6 months like for you?
It was tough. Anytime you just get to a new job or new profession, there's that nervousness, right? Can I do this? Can I not do it? But I was bet on myself. I figure if I fail, at least I can say go back and say at least I tried, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to go back and say I wish I would have tried. So this is how I was look at things and say, hey, I'm going to bet on myself, and I know I can do it. You got to have confidence, right? If you don't have confidence, then what do you have really?
Yeah, for
So I took
sure.
the chance, and I'm here, and it allowed me to do a lot of things last 6, 7 years. So yeah.
Yeah. So what was kind of your style? Were you doing like in home? Were you doing like hybrid? Like what was your like how were you making
Yeah,
sales?
when I started, it was all in home. I had no idea how hybrid or how over the phone telesales work. It was all in home every day. So I would go work 8, 9 hours a day, and in the evenings I would run my calls. That's what I did, and I
Hmm.
did that, for almost a year, 7 days a week. I worked 6 days a week, and then after I got off, I went to my appointments in the evening, and then Sunday I was off on that job, so I did the whole Sunday. So and then when I started making good, respectable income, I figured, hey, I can probably expand in this, and that's when I left.
Gotcha. Okay. So like doing the in-home thing, when did you switch to kind of doing virtual, to going telesales?
So after COVID, you know how everything changed, the whole world changed. Then I had to kind of look around other areas and see what else I can do. And I tried doing a little bit of hybrid approach. Still, I would say 90% of my business was in home. But 10% when people gave me pushback, I would say, okay, well, let's set up an appointment. Let's go over some options. And I started doing that. But I did push back on the telesales. I'm not going to lie. I don't know anything about it. I wanted in home only. But after COVID, I started doing 10%. And then slowly, I got more confident. And I was like, yeah, I can do this maybe more than 10%. And that's when I really transitioned. Recently, I did your program, and I've been on, doing it for about 3 months now, 2 months now, whatever.
Awesome. Yeah. Um so how did you even come across us in the first place? How did you find out about AJC?
Um, I think you came across your ads on Facebook, and I kept observing you for months. Kind of picked other people's brain, people that you have on your program. I talked to like 5, 6 different people.
Yeah, I
You know,
remember that. They're
I
like,
try to
"Man,
do my
who's this
homework.
Ali dude? He hit me up."
I try to do my homework, and then I heard good things, and I say, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance. It goes back to the same thing. You got to bet on yourself.
Yeah. So
So I did.
what were you looking for? You know, because I know you were doing your research. Like, what were some issues or challenges that you were kind of facing that you were trying to solve? And as you're doing your research, what were some issues?
Well, the number one thing I was looking for is the lead source. Is a high intent, or is it just like any other Facebook vendor out there, right? So that was my number one thing, and see if it's something I can do more than 10%. I wanted to go in all in, so I wanted to pick brain, see how other guys are doing it. Are they seeing results? So my main thing was, is the program, is it high intent folks I'm going to be talking to, or is I'm going to be talking to folks that can hang up on me 5 seconds of the call, right? That was my main intent. Talking to high people that have intent of doing something, and that is what my main goal was.
Yeah, man. And so, like you joining our program was one of the ones that I was really proud of that we were able to get you in because it wasn't easy, right? You had done your research, been around the
Yeah.
block a bunch, and you were just trying to make sure that you were certain. So what was it like? What was the thing that kind of made you pull the trigger?
Again, I talked to a lot of folks, Todd and Jerry and everybody else, and everybody had a lot of great things to say. But the main thing I was looking for is I wanted my life to have some balance.
Mm.
Working that 6 days a week model, it wasn't working for me. I was burnt out. I have some other things that I do. I have a franchise. I have a fast food franchise, so my time goes there too. But going working 6 days a week and be burnt out on Sunday. The one day I did get off. Yeah, it's just not something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I was looking for balance. I want business to be around my life rather than me being around business 24/7. And this system allows me to be wherever. Like I love traveling. Me and my girlfriend, we travel all over the world, and I can work from there, and I can still be productive. So I was looking for more balance. My dad passed away when I was 17 years old, and he was very hardworking. He was a criminal attorney. Never had any problems, but he died with sudden heart attack. But he worked 6, 7 days a week. So I've learned from that experience that hey, life could just be gone tomorrow. So yeah, having money and all that stuff is great, but if you can't enjoy it, is it really worth it? So I want to live also and also have respectable income, but still be able to travel and enjoy my family and I have a German Shepherd. He's like my baby, so I want to be able to take him out, go hiking, and not just work 6, 7 days a week. Well, that's not a lifestyle I want to live. And somebody may love it; they might do 6 days a week, and that's fine. That's more power to them. Me, my focus is a little bit different. Especially now, I'm 43 years old. I don't want to work 6, 7 days a week.
Yeah, man. And so, just hearing that story about your dad, that, is important to be like, I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor while I can enjoy them, right?
Yeah,
Because you don't
exactly.
know, you're working to put things away for the future where it's like, I don't know if I'm going to get there. So right now, building your business around your life. So I know you joined the program. What was it? Has it been 90 days? It's been 3 months?
I think it's about 3 months.
Yeah,
Roughly
for sure.
close to 3 months. Yeah.
And so, what type of what? I know you were on a cruise one time. Can So, what type
Yeah.
of trips have you gone on in the last 90 days and still been able to produce?
So as soon as I started the program, my mom, she wasn't feeling well, so I had to leave and I had to go Pakistan. My mom's still in Pakistan. She's 82 now, so she wasn't feeling well. So I had to go there, stay there for a month, and I was able to work from there. And then I came back and we had a cruise. I went to cruise, so I was traveling while I was starting the program. So, but I was still able to work and still able to produce, and that's in typical model. How do you do that? You don't go to people's home in different country, right? So what do you do? So this model allows me to be anywhere in the world, and I can still make money. And that was something I was wanted, but I didn't have the opportunity. I was always taught you got to go to homes, you got to work 6 days a week, and you just got to grind out for 10 years, and then you'll be set for life. But what if you don't make that 10 years? What if God takes you in 10 years? What do you do then? But again, I'm not saying not to work hard, but also saying, hey, you got to be able to enjoy, like you said, food of your labor. So I didn't want that 6 days a week lifestyle no more. I couldn't do it. I was burnt out. My relationship was suffering. And the day I was off, I was so burnt out, I didn't want to get off the couch.
Yeah, I mean, we
So
all been
this
there,
allows
right?
me.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
all been there, man. It's not like, that's a secret. It's like we all have pushed it to the max and we've all, succumbed to like working hard to get there. But at a certain point, you start to see diminishing returns where you don't want to get up out of bed. The phone feels
Yeah.
500 pounds, right? Your motivation isn't there. Your relationships aren't there. Then you start, you stop taking care of yourself and, it
Yeah.
kind of deteriorates. And right then your business ultimately suffers as well, and a lot of us, our identity is tied to the success that we have in our business, so it's just very detrimental. And now more than ever, we don't really talk too much about mental health, and it's like it's a part of it. Having burnout is a huge part of our industry. So since you've been in our program, man, what's it been like? How much premium have you written each month, and then how much have you written total since you've been working with us?
So let's see. Last month, total written, it was over probably over 70 grand. this month so far, a little over 50 grand I've rode already. But obviously some doesn't get approved. Um, but I rode 70 last month, probably 50 this month. But I have certain carriers with some other IMOs, so my issue pay numbers, one IMO may not show that, but I do have a couple IMOs I'm contracted with. So yeah, I've been riding consistent business and on my own pace instead of burning myself out and killing myself. That is what I'm enjoying myself, right? I can be in my shorts and PJs in my car. Sometimes I go in my car at work because my dog likes to, keep me company, and I don't want to be distracted. So I can work from anywhere. I can go in the car and work. I can go in my office and work, and
Yeah.
that's the beautiful part.
Well, so there's two things to that, man. Well, the first thing is, that's an awesome thing to say. So I want to gloss over that. There's some agents that probably be watching this that'll be like, man, I don't care what you issue is like to be able to write 50, 60,
Right.
80K and go on a cruise, go somewhere for a month, get in your car, take your dog to the park and still be able to close deals. It's like, wait, what? How?
Yep.
So that's cool. But then the way you're able to do it, right?
Yeah.
Having a lifestyle that isn't competing with your business, right? Like,
Correct.
what's it like to have that? To say, I got a system put in place that I can still continue to not let my relationships and my personal life
Yeah.
kind of fall down, and also still produce.
I mean, it's amazing, man. I'm still not. Sometimes I don't believe it. Like, man, I can do this anywhere in the world, and I don't have to suffer anymore. You can choose between should I spend time with my family or should I put Saturday out all day, do my in homes. So I'm still sometimes like, man, this is crazy. Why I didn't do this sooner? So I
Yeah,
love it. It just gives me so much more. I can do so much more and still be productive, not feel like I'm giving up on my business, but still be able to do things. I can go somewhere and work, and it's amazing. But again, whoever is going to be listening to this, you gotta work hard. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to get these leads, and it's going to be magic leads, and they're all going to say yes." You still have to work hard. So I
yeah.
want to give false hope
Yeah,
to
now
somebody.
100%, right? Because that's the thing that most people will gloss over is that like think there's a magical system, right? The system
Correct.
only works if you work, right? Let's be
Exactly.
honest. Like any
Yep.
system, because CRM leads in the home, you did that, you made that work. This system over here does allowing you to have time freedom, right? This system works, but it's because you're working. The ability to be able to go to work allows you the freedom, right? Discipline
Right.
allows you freedom, right?
Yep.
So
Absolutely. That's
yeah,
what I love.
so I guess my last question for you is like, some agents are kind of on the fence where they don't want to let go of the mailers or they don't want to let go of the in home. And you just said
Yeah.
something. So you said you wish you would have done this sooner. Were you at that stage, or if you, are would give yourself some advice to pull the trigger sooner? What would you say to that part about being on the fence of like coming up to the times and like being a little bit more efficient with your time?
Man, I would just tell that person, man, times are changing. You gotta learn to adapt and you gotta change with times. In home, yeah, it's good, but sometimes you just don't have the ability to get those leads. For example, mortgage leads. There's only so many mortgages are being refinanced at the moment. There's only so many mortgages people are buying. The rates are so damn high, right? So what do you do then? Do you just sit here and cry about it, or do you figure out other things? So you just gotta take that chance. You can't be afraid to bet on yourself. What's the worst thing? If it doesn't work, at least you can say, you know what, I tried it, didn't work. But if you don't take the chance, what are you gonna tell yourself 10 years later? I wish I could have tried it. I should have tried it, but now it's too late. So try it, do it now. Then, as long as you work hard, put your time into it, read the scripts, and follow the program. It's all about following the program. You can't just come in and start doing your own thing. Just I call this business copycat business. So, for example, if Todd is doing 70,000 a month, I copy him. Okay, what is he doing? That's working for him. I don't need to reinvent anything. I'm just gonna copy what he's doing. So do
Yeah.
that, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, for sure. And then I guess the last thing, I know the results, being able, obviously, this is important that agents, invest in leads or invest in themselves to get a return, right? For the
Yeah.
monetary part. But the money aside, what's like the experience been like with you? What's the group been like? What's the community been like? The trainings, like the other things that are not tied directly to you submitting a policy. What kind of value would you add to that part?
Well, my experience here has been very good. Before I joined the program, I was on the group of Jerry's Zoom call thing for weeks. And even though I wasn't part of the program, everybody was very welcoming. They made me feel like a part of the group. Even still, sometimes I go on there for a few minutes, listen to folks, and then I pick up a few things. But everybody's very welcoming. I reach out to Todd sometimes. I reach out to Adam sometimes. I reach out to Jerry a few times. Pick their brain, and everybody's so they want to help you, and that's what I like. There's camaraderie here. So they're not trying to. Oh no, I'm not going to give that. Tip to this guy, but they always tell me what they're doing, how they're handling, and again, I just copycat everything that's working for everybody else. I just put that in my presentation and try to make it work. So it's I love the camaraderie and how everybody's so helpful, and that's what I like. So I'm not alone sitting there trying to figure things out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Ali, I won't keep you. It's Friday and you're busy, man. You gotta, you're already at 50, so you could hit 100 with the week what we
Do my
did because we
best.
just ramped it up. So I'm excited about that. But man, thanks again for taking the
Yeah,
time out to hop on here and share your story to inspire other agents, that are kind of on the fence or trying to figure out this whole life insurance thing. So again, man, Ali, man, thank you so
yeah,
much for hopping on.
yeah. Thank you for having me, Arturo. I appreciate it, man.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, again, stay tuned for another Rainmaker success story. So, if you're a life insurance agent and you're looking for consistency and predictability in your business, click the link below and check out how Rainmakers are doing it in 2023.